Ahoy, ahoy, I am Captain Boomies.
I'm Captain Eric Brandon. Welcome aboard the performance test of the brand new Axopar 29. Now, Boomies, many manufacturers have tried to copy this hull, this style, but this is kind of the original. Going back 10 years ago, I first saw this boat, I said, what is this thing? But it grows on you. You learn to love this thing. Now again, the 28 I've driven many times before. I can't wait to put the hammer down on the 29 today.
What are you picturing is the ideal person to own this boat?
I can see a guy, you know, hard-working guy, 30, 32 years old, got his first couple of kids going out. I can see a guy who just worked his butt off for 60 years and said, you know what, I want something for me now. It's my turn to play. This is play boat. Anybody in between.
So she's 30 feet, 10 inches, and she has a bow thruster. That makes it really easy for me to look good driving. I feel like they're suggesting that you can take this boat out and kick her tush a little bit.
Also, something very true is about Axopar in general, their thinking process. They like to use ergonomics in their build. Things have a reason, they have a space. This dash and helm, uncluttered. The wraparound windshield has just the right angle. The T-top has the right height. The seats have got the right comfort level. Back and forth we go. So ergonomically, it just works out beautifully.
Like any open boat, you got tons of visibility. I like the active trim. It does keep up pretty well. I haven't been disappointed in it yet. I also really like how comfy my little seat is right here.
It's comfy. I also like the fact we got some good speed going and some good chop. We're going along pretty darn good. You know, normally on step-hauled boats, you don't get that kind of a tight bite. But when I cranked that thing hard to port, it just dug in and I literally turned on a dime. No butt slide, no cavitation at all.
I think the fact that they made it a little bit wider is even going to help them more in that really making it so that when you dig in, you get that pushback from the beaminess of the boat.
And this configuration of the hull, Cap, is the fact that we're actually cutting and riding over waves. We're not plowing through anything at all. We got a nice high nose, and we're just like going through like butter. Our Axopar 29 Suntop has a length overall of 30 feet 7 inches, a beam of 9 feet 10 inches, and a draft of 2 feet 8 inches with the props down. Our estimated test weight was 7,637 pounds, with 60% fuel in the aluminum tank. Her double-stepped hull is a 22-degree dead rise at the transom. She was powered by twin Mercury 200 horsepower engines. I like the twin 200s rather than a single 300 or 400 horsepower because the extra prop nearly doubles the grip of the water, making the boat more sure-footed and, my guess is, faster and more fuel efficient than a single. This boat has 2 best cruise settings, something we rarely see. So depending on the sea state, the operator has some welcome options while maximizing range.
All right, she's starting to settle in. We still haven't quite gotten on plane yet. I'm calling that 12.9.
Yep. How many RPM?
That was at 2,500.
And now we're moving.
Okay, at 3,000 RPM, she gets up on plane, and we're doing 21 knots.
Beautiful.
Or miles per hour, I'm so sorry. We're definitely doing this in miles
That's all right,
per hour.
I'll convert it later, okay?
I appreciate it.
At 3,500 RPM, we went 28.8 miles per hour, burning 12.7 gallons per hour, a range of 214 statute miles, with a 10% fuel reserve in our 1 to 5 gallon tank. But at 4,000 RPM, going 34 miles per hour, we burned 15 gallons per hour, also for a range of 214 statute miles, so take your pick.
We got a good day for this. It's a little bouncy out here, but not too bad. It's a great test run.
I like this chop right now.
Yeah.
All right there, Speed Demon, where are we at here? We found her wide open throttle top speed at 5,300 RPM, where she averaged 50 miles per hour. Average hole shot times were 3.6 seconds from 0 to 10 miles per hour.
6.4 seconds to 20 and 9.5 seconds to 30 miles per hour. The Axopar planed at 5.5 seconds, going just under 18 miles per hour. Now, let's look at the operational features starting at the bow.
I had all this room to work with. It was great.
Speaking of room, that's the key word on the bow here, right? We have a wider nose and really roomy. You've got this front seating, which makes you look amazingly comfortable, by the way. Got the backrest. Now, they're very proud of the U-shape for the 29, but also proud of this. Before on the 28, you had to go lift up the cushion, turn the handle, turn the little thing, and then pull it up. Now it's all paddle switches. Just give the old paddle pull there, and boom, it comes right up. Cup holders on both sides, room on the interior, easy to use anchor.
We need to talk about what's under here.
This is a very cool area. First of all, the very front of this has got a brand new seating cushion. Now inside this cabin is a sleeping quarters, and there's some ingenious things they've done.
Through the magic of the Boat Test editing studio, we're going to show you this cabin with the CEO of Axopar, demonstrating its versatility with Captain Boomies.
This one is now fully equipped with the overnighting capabilities. When you take it as a standard, you have a soft deck. So whatever bags or stuff you bring with you, you can leave it on the soft deck, and it also keeps it a bit better in place. This one is now incorporated with the hidden toilet. So you have a head in this area. And what we also then did is that we hid away the sink. So when you want to wash your hands, anything, you have it inside here, but it's not going to be in the way when you want to make this into a sleeping cabin. And I fold down the staircase here, and then I just simply fold it over. Now I have storage area, so I can take off my shoes and I can throw down stuff that I want inside of here. And then I just flip this one over, and now I have a sleeping area for 2 persons.
I'm hopping in.
Yes, welcome.
We're gonna get snuggly.
Yes. But again, just to get the idea, so when you look at it from the outside, you really don't understand that can you fit something like this inside, but once you're inside here,
It makes perfect sense.
Now, let's take a look at the helm.
To me, the most fun part of a boat, helm area. Steering wheel, my binnacle. Before I talk about those things, Axopar is big into ergonomics. Things have got to have a place and a reason. For example, you've got twin screen SIMRADs right in front of you, easy to read. All your tackle switches perfectly located right here, super simple. Your bow thruster right here. Trim tabs, your receiver, your VHF, your cup holders, your head station right here to hold on with. The T-top above your head is all done beautifully.
This is where the 29 Sun Top gets its name. The soft top is fully adjustable either electronically or manually. I prefer the latter because there's less to go wrong. Now, let's look behind the helm.
I love a big dining space. It looks like you can fit probably 8 people here.
A classic example of Axopar is basically this. That rear-facing backrest, okay, has 3 positions. Whatever direction you want to be, watching water skiers, if you turn it around that way. It's got so many functions, so many ways to be used. It's functional and comfortable.
Axopar prides itself on building boats that can be modified for many different applications and owners. Here you can see the boat we're on. It has U-shaped seating and a clear aft deck for launching water sports. This version is a variation of our boat with sun lounges fore and aft. Another version lines up 4 individual seats behind the helm, leaving even more open space on the aft deck and forward. Axopar is a wet bar module you can specify for cookouts and entertaining. In this adaptation of the Axopar 29 Sun Top, an aft cabin has been fitted behind the seats that can sleep 2. So, in this version, you can sleep 2 forward and 2 aft and have a large sun pad in both places.
Come on back to the back of the boat with me. Underneath here, we have this large hatch that fits lots of things like all your water toys or floaties, all the fun stuff that you can attach to this bar back here. This version comes with 2 200s, but there is an option for the single outboard, which you can get with a 300 or a 400. On both sides, we have these hatches that lift up without me having to dig around underneath this cushion here. And this one has a freshwater washdown. Love that if you're gonna be splashing around and using the swim ladder back here. You know, normally when I finish one of these reviews, somebody brings me a little treat.
Oh, a little treat, you say? Look what I brought for you, Captain Boomies. Champagne. But here's the problem. She slept in the cabin for like an hour, okay? Which means I'm gonna drink the champagne. You're not gonna drink the champagne. It's done for you, kid. You're driving.
Well, somebody's got to be DD. That's all right. Life is still better on a boat.